Now, the board chair is your point person for serving on the board. If you have questions, concerns, comments, the board chair is usually your first stop. Now, you will certainly have interactions with the CEO, but you're usually going to start conversations with your board chair. In my eyes, best practice is that you will have met the board chair before agreeing to serve on a board, maybe lunch or a Zoom, but you've gotten acquainted and you have asked the chair lots of questions about serving. But that partnership is really critical to helping you be an effective board member. And Dwinelva Zackery is the incoming board chair of the FreeStore Foodbank, one of the most recognizable nonprofits in the tri-state. Why don't you give us your elevator pitch and explain your impact on the community?
Yeah, it's thanks, Jay. It's just a privilege to serve the FreeStore Food Bank. The Free Store has been here over 50 years and the impact has been tremendous. Everybody probably has heard of it and knows about the Free Store, but we are one of the largest food banks in the country. In our community, we serve the tri-state area, so a 20-county region between Kentucky, Ohio, and Indiana, serving and working with over 600 agencies to provide last year over 40 million meals to our community.
You use a phrase as an incoming board chair that you're really focused on intentional relationship building. What does that mean to you in terms of your relationship with a board member?
Our board members come in for different reasons, but I think ultimately it's the mission that really brings us. And so with our new members, what I really try to do and what we really stress, is that our board chair has meets with the new members initially in terms of orientation, just really talking to them about the board and what to expect. For me, I think it's also about how I connect with other board members, whether it's most of the time you're not going to do that in a board meeting because there's so many items to attend to with the agenda. So it's about, how do you intentionally schedule some time outside of the board meeting, maybe for lunch or coffee or a quick Zoom. It's easier now to connect with people since we have so many different ways. But I think the big piece is just really understanding the importance of connecting people to the board and to the mission and really building those partnerships and relationships.
And you, as the board chair, are the point person for all of that. I want to make that clear to our students.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
also, I think you'll appreciate me reminding our students this is a two-way street. I mean, you're a board chair with what, 30 board members?
Yeah, right, yeah.
30?
Yeah.
So you have your hands full. So it's also the responsibility of a new board member to reach out and say, boy, I would love to have coffee. I'd love to get together.
Yeah. And I think that's a good point, Jay, because I welcome that. I mean, I think so if a new board member is reluctant, don't be reluctant. I think a board chair welcomes that, would just absolutely welcome it.
We have introduced in this session this concept of active oversight. The board members should live and breathe and really make part of board service. What does active oversight mean to you as a board chair?
It means being engaged. It means realizing your perspective is important. It means being engaged in the discussions of the board. So not just a head nod, not just sitting there, not just agreeing. It means asking questions. It means, for me, providing different perspectives. That's why we have a diversity of experiences on our board. It's because we want to hear those voices. In a board, all of those voices matter, and no one person has the answer. It's the board working collectively together. So for me, it really is about hearing those voices and understanding that. And I will say, I think that for a new board member, I experienced this myself. I think a lot of times, a new board member is trying to figure out the lay of the land. They're trying to figure out the organization and what to expect. And so that's understandable that you come in sort of maybe initially just trying to take it all in. So even with that, with a board member reaching back out afterwards to say, hey, I had this thought, or hey, I had this idea, recognizing we all have different styles. Some of us are a little more thoughtful in our approach, and that's fine too. But it's just really making sure your voice is heard.
And getting in the weeds, am I calling you with those thoughts or ideas or concerns, or am I calling the CEO?
You're calling your board chair because we really are. It's important to understand the difference between governance of an organization and then the operational day to day, which is really the responsibility of the CEO and their leadership team. I will say, the board chair and the CEO are partners. So it's important to come to the board chair and then understand that the board chair is going to definitely relate those any issues and concerns to the CEO, and we partner and work together on those issues.
Continuing in the weeds, um, you and I know that good boards have good committee structure,
Yeah.
active, engaged. Are you, as the board chair, picking where a board member serves on what committee,
Mm.
or am I, as a board member, choosing that?
Okay. Yeah, what we did at the Free Store, a couple of years ago, we had several boards, and we actually spent some time as a board looking at what our strategic direction was. And from that, we actually decided to have fewer committees so that we could really focus on the important work. So we actually allow our board members to select their committee based on their interest. And I think that works really well because you have people who really bring a certain amount of expertise and passion to that particular committee. So we have our governance committee and development, human resources, our finance. So people can bring that level of expertise to those committees.
And a
Mm.
final question, since uh, so much of this program is grounded in passion,
Mhm.
finding, acting on your passion. Uh, why are you so passionate about
Mm.
FreeStore Food Bank? What is it that
Yeah,
draws you to this responsibility?
yeah. I love that question. I think that's an important question to ask any board member too. For me, my why is all about um, fairness and justice. No one, especially in the country we live in, should be hungry. And until right now in our community, 1 in 7 people in our community are food insecure. So we still have a lot of work to do. So until no one is hungry, until we've met that goal, uh, we'll continue to work. I think if anything, the pandemic showed a couple of things. It showed the tremendous impact and commitment Freestore has to this community, but it also opened up a lot of need and a lot of need that's still there. And so for me, it's about how do we continue to build a strong and healthy and thriving community. And we start out with the basic needs. We have to meet those basic needs. So that's where my passion is, Jay.